Hey everybody, I got a white. There we go. The sun is poking through, and I may have to adjust a wee bit. Let's see. You can't. The thing about the live stream is you can't tell what it looks like until you hit the live button, and so then you see, and you go, "Wait, I gotta fix something." Hey Travis, good morning. How are you? I uh, I am. It's 60 degrees. I know that may sound like balmy to some people, but I'm freezing. No, I'm cold. And so I have my turtleneck on with my late bloomer t shirt, as you can see. And of course, everything matches purple, red. Okay, everybody. Hi, Dr. Romeo. I don't recognize your name. Are you new to our live streams? Hi, Travis. Good morning, inside Kate's kitchen. Someone I hope to visit someday and have cook for me. Oh my goodness. Well, everybody, every one of you three, and I think Steve is probably there too. Hey, Mix! Wow, from gosh, I haven't heard from you in a while, and you're in Latvia, right? I got that right? Yeah. Good morning, Faithful Flowers. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Yes, yes. Lisa, just go to my latebloomershow.com/contact and just send me an email and I'll reply and give you my email. Good morning, Brian. Thank you, Kate. Kate is our moderator so far this morning, and good morning, Steve. Good morning, Jim. Alice from Georgia. Hello. Good morning, Carolyn Hoover. We have another moderator on. And now that we have a few friends present, good morning, Jack. I didn't have time to, as you may have noticed, I just uploaded a video 15 minutes ago. And good morning, Stacy from Hartford, Connecticut. I just uploaded a video. It's a very short video. It won't take you any time at all to watch it, but it's interesting. Everything Jack Davis from Epic Yard Farm does, in my opinion, is interesting. I love watching her hands. She's a chef. Unlike me, I'm just a cook. She's a chef. And good morning, Ed. I'm just going to talk about that. So I hope you can stay on for a while, Ed. Oh, good, Carolyn. That's wonderful. Oh my gosh, everybody. Old Alabama Gardener is in the house. Say good morning to Charles. We haven't heard from you in a while, Charles, at the live streams, and I hope you're doing okay. I'll have to send you an email. By the way, I think only one person on this thread so far knows. Steve knows. We were in communication yesterday. I hurt my back. Yeah. And all of this, trying to pack up 40 years of my life. Well, more than that, because I have all my mother's stuff and, just pack up my life. It's just, I overdid it. And I think I've overdone it. And all I did yesterday was just bend forward to clip a little calyx off of my roselle plant. And I felt something slip in my back. So it's, I'll be going to the chiropractor tomorrow. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, James. Good morning, Lisa. It's good to see everyone. Let's see. Who did I miss? And Charles, give a big hello to Charles. We haven't heard from Charles, Old Alabama Gardener, on our channel for a while. I am using, because of my, back, hurting my back yesterday, I am using a little Valor. This is my oil for today. Valor for courage, because this is the big week, everybody, when I find out my fate, and or I should say, I create my fate. Some people think we're in charge of our own destiny. I kind of hope that's true. I don't know, but I don't know how this happened yesterday. I didn't fall. I didn't pick up anything heavy. It just slipped. And that tells me that I've been overdoing it with the packing and lifting heavy boxes. And, last weekend we moved to a storage unit and I was lifting a lot of heavy stuff. And, maybe I just can't do that anymore. I don't know. I mean, I feel young and strong enough to do that, but maybe I can't do that. I do have some degenerated discs in my neck and lower back. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yes, I'll know something by next Sunday, everybody. Uh, okay, what was I going to say? Okay, so let's see. Eric was here yesterday and he had to do most of the work because I did this in the morning. But I just wanted to show you what I made and I forgot to bring it. So just say hello to everyone until I get back. Hey, good morning, Joy. Good morning, Stacy. Thank you. I'll be right back. I'm not exactly sure this is how it's supposed to look because I didn't see Jack's calyxes when she served them to me the very first time I was in Phoenix and visiting her garden. And it was she served it on cheese and a cracker, I think. But this is a very popular snack in Taiwan. And if you follow Jack, you know that Jack is from Taiwan. But I have liquid in the bottom. I candied these yesterday, and you keep them on the counter at room temperature for 1 to 3 days. Then you put them in the refrigerator till you eat them. But I thought, hey, it's been almost 1 day. I'm just going to share this. So this is what a calyx looks like. Go away. A calyx looks like from a roselle plant without the seed pod after it's been candied for 1 day. Now, I obviously have to try this, right? Crunchy, crunchier than I remembered, and less sweet than I remembered. So I'm wondering if maybe I didn't get enough sugar in there, or if it has to do its thing more, maybe a couple more days. But that's interesting. And I don't know if anybody else has ever done this. Good morning, William. Let's see. I don't know if anyone has ever done the calyxes. One of my most recent videos called Savor the Harvest. And if you haven't seen it, please go back and watch it. It's not, a lot of people, I uploaded a lot of videos this weekend, and some are doing great and some are struggling. So please watch that one. I sample a lot of things and I show you the calyxes. I show you that I harvested the calyxes. And what happens is the calyx of the roselle gets a big fat seed pod in the middle. And that seed pod has to come out in order for you to do this. And so in Taiwan, she sent me a Taiwanese video, and you just have this little metal tube, and you put it over the clipped stem, and you force it through. You force the seed pod right out the top of the calyx, intact. Well, of course, I didn't have one of these tools, and so I'm in all of my utensils and things are packed up. And so I'm fishing around my house trying to find something that has a little tube that's hard enough that if I push it hard, it'll push that out. I finally found something. It's not ideal, but that's how you do that. And it seems like a lot of work to go to for a tasty little snack. But anyway, What is everybody up to? Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Johnny. Mm. Well, Johnny, what kind of injections? Thank you, Cheryl. Good morning. Uh, Charles, me either. Me either, Charles. Oh my gosh. Um, Kate, you mean like that electric device with the electrodes? Because my sister has that. Hi, Trisha. Trisha from Indiana. Mm. Ed is writing to us from England. Is anybody else writing to us from out of the country besides Mix in Latvia? Sydney. You mean Sydney, Australia? That's fantastic. You're making me hungry, Jack. I haven't had any food yet. Oh my gosh. So we have Sydney, Australia. We have Latvia. And Ed is in England. And I think everybody else is in the US. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Amal is here from Saudi. Good morning, Amal. I was just asking who is here from outside the US. Uh, okay, you guys are all kind of saying hello to one another. I'll just bring you up to date on the garden. The loofah, the 15 loofah sponges are ripening, but they're still green. I have not peeled anything. I'm really, really happy that I'm not seeing any dark spots, because very often you'll get a dark brown spot, which means it's rotting inside. I don't have any of that showing yet. And um, I don't know if the upper vines are going to produce. It's already almost October, and I had a lot of flowers. I saw them falling off. I see them down here. There's 3 down there, but I don't see anything. Oh, I take that back. Oh gosh, there's one right up there. Because of the way it was hanging right over my head, I didn't see the length of it. It looks like it's maybe 10 inches long, so it's too late to eat that. That may be the only one up there. I don't know. But anyway, that's the situation with the loofah. The dragon fruit, if you haven't watched that video, how to propagate dragon fruit cactus, even if you're never going to have a dragon fruit, just watch that video. Because I put a notice on my community page and said, would people like to see shorter, how-to videos? And it was an overwhelming yes was the response. So I've been making those, but people are not tuning in as much as I would like. So okay, what are you going to order, Teresa? Oh, I didn't realize that, Jack. Um, Johnny, I can send you seeds for what I do with seeds, since I'm not a seed seller. When I have extra seeds, if you give me if you make a $5 donation to my PayPal, I will send you loofah seeds, and I'll send plenty so that you will and you seed a lot. And I mean, I had really good germination this year, and the seeds are from 2016, so fall of 2016. So if you want to do that, you can. And the PayPal the link is right on my homepage on my channel. Okay, I want to go back to what Charles is saying here. Yes, I know. Yes. Sometimes, yes, you're right. Sometimes decisions are out of your control, as you know. As you know, we both know. And then you have to make the best decision you can within the circumstances that are presented. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now. Yes, Lisa, I'm sure I did say that. You can donate $5 or more to my PayPal link. And if Christina, could you fish out my PayPal link and just post that real quick? It's on my homepage. I forget exactly what it is. Uh, no kidding, Beth. And Beth, you're in San Diego, right? Was it? Does it have flower on it? Is it fruiting? Because mine's still branching out, but it's not. And Eric told me this yesterday. He said at one of the places he works in Malibu, they have a big dragon fruit growing up the tree. See, I was thinking that mine didn't fruit because I did not let the branches drop down. They're still going up the tree. And he said no, the one out there is blooming way up in the tree. So I guess you don't have to do that. I guess they do that obviously for easier access. Just like they say to keep your fruit trees pruned so that you can reach the fruit and you don't have to go up on the roof like I did. Let's see. Hey, Peggy Harris, where are you writing from? Thank you for tuning in. Eric is reporting in from San Juan Island. That's up in Washington, off of Washington. And it's cloudy and 49. It is sunny and 60 right here. Let's see. Yes, cut and paste it. You don't cut and paste it. You go to the URL, you copy it, and then you paste it right here. You could cut it because cutting is copying. Oh, Fede. Fede, did you change your name? I wanted to grow kiwi, and I just had it in my mind. I really, earlier in the year, I thought I want kiwi so bad. And I was going through my seeds and saw that someone had sent me kiwi seeds. I think it was called Hardy Kiwi, maybe. And I don't even remember who sent me those seeds. I've had them for a while, but it didn't happen. Good morning, Dennis. But I know, Dennis, but you have to have a flower before you can even concern yourself with all of that. No, I haven't. Should I do that, Eric? Because I was just keeping your 2 weeks thing in mind. Um, so Dennis, I mean, you got to have a flower before you can worry about whether it's getting pollinated or not. I haven't had a flower. Yes, Luis and Dennis and I connected. Actually, Dennis, have I ever even met you in person? Just feel like I know you so well, but oh, here comes the squirrel. Oh no, 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 no. It's like that squirrel goes, she doesn't bother me she doesn't faze me one little bit. Good morning, Laura. Dennis and Luis at Green Zebra Gardening is on. At the same time, Dennis is on. Dennis, Pablo is on. And the three of us connected on our little Growing Vegetables in California Facebook group. 7 years ago, and I went down to Luis is in Long Beach. Dennis is over in, where are you, Dennis, exactly? You're way over in, um, no, where are you? Not Alhambra, that's not right. And we've never met in person. Let's see what Charles is saying here. I can attest to that, Christina, and everyone, that I have tried Old Alabama Gardener's tomato juice, and it is very, very tasty. And I really wish I had some right now. Good morning, Dewey. Where are you writing from? You got an extra word in. Wait, that can't be right. That can't be right, Kate. Yeah, let me get it for you. Where is it? Hold on a second. I know I have it up at the top. What color is it? That's the. Oh, here it is. No, it's simpler than that, Kate. Hold on. Okay, now I have to find my way back to where I am. Here we go. There you go. Okay, so for anybody that wants my PayPal, it's right there. And I think my messages, at least on my screen, my messages appear yellow to you guys. Oh my gosh, Eric, you are kidding me. I am so jealous. That squirrel is eating the pine cones, and everything is just falling over there. Ah, Teresa, let's see. Thank you, Carolyn. Greg, good morning from Oregon. We are in the middle of the cannabis harvest. Much work right now. How long should I dry my cayenne chili before grinding? That's a good question. You kind of know when when it really feels dry to me. I mean, it's got to be really dry. And if you're in doubt, you can always cut them in half and leave them for another day, so that you're sure that it gets dry inside. Because a lot of times I don't cut my peppers, my chilies. I just leave them whole, and then sometimes they rot, they go bad. They would dry better if I cut them open. Yes, it has, Louise. 7 years. Can you believe it? Yes, everybody, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, Christina just shared it. It's very easy to do. Just go ahead and subscribe, because I am going to keep, whatever happens, I am going to keep the content going. I don't know. I do have some bad news. And who knows, maybe it'll turn out to be good news, but at some point. But I told you that I had a location nearby at a house for my container plants, and that fell through. He changed his mind, and I respect that. And so he's older, and he just wasn't sure that he could handle all of the interruptions of me coming and making videos there. And so I am considering putting, someone I was just talking to yesterday said she saw a notice on Nextdoor, and that someone that was living in an apartment had posted a notice for a garden space. And he had connected with someone who was going to give him a 40 by 40 space to garden in their yard. So I may do that. I was hoping to accomplish that with someone that I already knew, Okay. Elsher Albert Nunez, wonderful. Yes, it is a beautiful morning. It's a little chilly here. Where are you, Elsher? Is that your name, your first name, Elsher? Because I don't recognize it. Good morning, Daryl. What are we talking about, Teresa? I missed that. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Luis is doing a big seed swap on Instagram. That's fantastic. Did you save that many seeds from your garden? It stuns me. I mean, you don't have that much space and yet you plant so many plants and seeds. You have never seen a squirrel in your life? Good heavens. Now, come on. It's a good thing I have an umbrella there over my head. It's like he's throwing them at me. Let's see, NT. You're talking about something in tea, Teresa. And yesterday, when Eric was here, I had him prepare. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure Carolyn saw this. I had him chop up a whole. This is after I got hurt. I said, "Could you chop up a sugar cane?" He did 2 or 3 sections and split them all. There was like at least 15 pieces, and I chewed and sucked on every one of those, and the juice was so amazing. And I still have more in the garage. He says it'll be good for another month. We'll see. And speaking of tea, what you can do with sugar cane, somebody asked me, what do you do with it? Well, you can't eat it. You can only suck on it, chew on it, and then spit it out. It's fiber. It's just like eating wet wood or something. You can't eat that. And so you can cut it in cubes in smaller pieces and just just like you would put stevia. Oh, Daryl, you have to see my stevia plant. It just, it was just like kind of like that forever, just not doing that well. And it was just, I don't know what happened. It just all of a sudden exploded. Maybe it's the weather. It's got cooler. It's right over there. There's no way I can lift that pot. So I guess you'll just have to wait and see it in the video. It's about this big now. And so we potted it up into I can't move that well. Potted it up into about a 14-inch pot yesterday. Anyway, you can put your little cubes of sugar cane in your tea and it will sweeten your tea. Elsher, where did you, let's see. Oh, it jumped. Good morning, Lynn. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Christina's reminding everyone. I am too. Yeah. I bet it's cold though, Daryl. I bet that water is cold, cold. Are you planning to turn one section into a hot tub? Because then I'm going to come. Yes, Christina, the only issue, there may be others actually, but the big issue is who pays for everything, because it wouldn't be my property if I gardened in someone else's yard. And, just because they say, hey, you can come and garden, I mean, that means the water bill is going to go up. And if they don't have irrigation, things that I can't take with me when I leave, like the irrigation lines and so forth, things like that. Who pays for all that? So I can't go someplace where I'm having to lay out money to get it set up. So that's a big concern. I'm hoping to find someone who is well-heeled, so to speak, who really would like to set an example and can do all that. That fruit tree cherry of the Rio Grande. Oh my gosh, Dennis, I totally forgot about it. We shall meet. It's doing great in the. I want you to come here, Dennis. You've known me for 7 years. You've never seen my garden. I will not have this garden in 3 months from now. So even maybe 2 months from now, I won't have this garden. It's somebody else is going to have this garden. So, and of course the loofah will be gone and a lot of things will be gone. So you better come now next weekend. Favorite restaurants here has an outdoor dining room and the squirrels throw things. That is crazy. I've never seen the squirrel do that before. Crazy picking beans runners. Callie, oh, I missed it. It jumped. I just saw Callie somewhere. Okay, Devil Dog, what do you oh my gosh, the hips are. Oh, that sounds fantastic, Eric. Callie Gilchrist. There you are. Thank you for the love from North Carolina, and I'm sending it right back to you from Pacific Palisades. Yes, that's what I was thinking, Christina. Oh my gosh, over the hill, it's 1:30 a.m. Where are you writing from? Amal, I see that one. I might have missed a few. What did you ask? Kate, you said, I have been searching for someone here in South Texas who needs space and would share expenses on my 2 acres. That or share the harvest. Huh. Wow. Remind me where you are. You're close to Austin, right? Not if you're in South Texas, I wouldn't think. You're more close to San Antonio or something, aren't you? Home and Garden TV pays. Yes, obviously, Lisa, if I had a contract with a production company, that would be a whole different ballgame. And obviously that's what I want. But I'm sure there are probably hundreds of garden YouTubers that would love that. So let's hope that happens. That would be the best possible scenario. Cheers. This is green juice that we made on Friday. It has way too much parsley in it. I put in two bunches instead of one. Thank you, Dennis. No, I haven't done that, Lisa. That's not a bad idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Hello from New Jersey, Tess. Nice to see you. CP just joined. Where are you moving to? Don't know yet. I'll know in a week. I hope. Thursday's my big day, so if everybody who cares about me could send me positive vibes on Thursday, that would be awesome. Oh my gosh. Over the hill, there is another person online from Australia. But it was an unusual name, and I don't remember. Good morning, Orlando Green Girl. Let's see. But if you scroll up over the hill, you'll find it. But that is amazing. Among the cane fields. And are we talking sugar cane fields? To answer your question, let's see. Somebody said, CP, I don't know about that yet, but I am currently looking for a garden space that I can use and develop in the area, preferably in the Palisades, because all my friends are here. Amal, the loofah, if the weather is right, I don't know if you were aware, but I mean, I planted these loofah in, I think it was either June or July. And then they shot up 10 feet right away, put out a bunch of flowers. They probably put out about 30 flowers, and I've got 15 this long. And you can feel them. They already feel like the meat, the vegetable is disappearing inside, and it's just the exoskeleton. But I'm not going to try to peel them yet, because I tried that in 2016. I peeled a couple of them too early, and it was impossible to get that skin off. It's much better to wait until it turns yellow, and it just comes right off after you soak it. Oh, over the hill. I'm so sorry. I know the feeling. I've lost a lot of sleep this year. Or I guess, good grief. I guess you don't lose sleep if you're staying awake. You're just not getting it to start with. Daryl just asked me something and it jumped. Daryl, cut your stevia back and dry it for future. That's a good idea. And what's the best way to dry the stevia? Just like the little branches? Just cut branches and just lay them there, or take the individual leaves off and dry them, which seems time consuming. Thank you, Teresa. So over the hill, what's your name? What's your first name? Do you harvest the sugar cane and chew on it and suck the juice? Because I love that. I never did that growing up. I never had this experience literally until a few months ago. I experienced it for the first time. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, you put the piece in your mouth and you can't, because you're kind of sucking on it, a lot of it just drips out. and you miss it. Anyway, if you've been following my channel, you've been seeing that I have a little stand of sugarcane, and it's a whole bunch of little ones now because we took all but one of the big ones out, and we'll take that one big one out before I go, because I want to take a baby with me and plant it. So, Eric, is Rosa rugosa, that's an edible rose? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, hey, Felice. Yes, I'm using this for strength, and then I will also use your. Did you hear that I hurt my back yesterday? So I'm going to go to the chiropractor tomorrow, and I'm hoping that I can kind of get back in. But I haven't even done the big move. I did a move last weekend, and obviously all of this moving of boxes. I have 1 week to get my office organized and packed up, and I don't even know how that's even remotely possible. I need help. Eddie, yeah, if I was ready to say that I didn't care about pursuing acting anymore, I would go in a heartbeat to the Phoenix Valley, because I know so many people there. And I have 2 of my best friends live there. So, CP, she's inside. It's 60 degrees outside. She poked her head out and she goes, nah, it's a little too chilly for me. Good morning, D. Wynn. Where are you writing from? But thanks for asking about her. She's still alive. Uh, yes, I was wondering why mine is looking so much better. I mean, we didn't have heat, so that couldn't be the reason. But it's doubled in size just in the last 3 weeks. Let's see. Oh, snow blowing in northwest. Harvest a maybe feet, not inch. What? Where feet of snow coming in? Where in the northwest? Good morning, Stephen. Where are you writing from? We're talking about green juice. It's the tomato rose big hips, big edible rose hips. I don't know that I've had one, so I don't know what that's like. Daphne from North Central Texas. North Central. North Central. I mean, that's like Dallas, right? Isn't that kind of where Dallas is? My son's moving to Austin in a week, and I have a whole lot of stuff that's going from here. I'm getting it picked up on a moving van on the 4th or 5th, and that's going out to him. Thank you, Kate. Everybody pay attention to Kate's comment. Snow in Reno? Oh, good morning, Stephen. That's so interesting. My son just moved downtown. Maybe you know him. Are you a gardener, Stephen? Brian Jewin. No, I don't know what you. I didn't say hello to you, Brian, but I'm not sure what your question was. Dallas is more east. Okay. CP, the vetch is finished. It is pretty. Would I plant it? Well, first of all, if I was continuing to live here, I wouldn't have to plant it because it would just come back, because I have so many container plants and some of the soil gets reused and those seeds are it just pops up everywhere. And so I wouldn't have to. Depends on where I go and what kind of garden I have, and if I can control it, I might plant it again. I mean, it's really, really it's really great for the soil. It is a legume, so 1 Yard Revolution, Patrick, I used to talk about Patrick a lot. I got the name of this legume mix that he was using, and it had vetch and all kinds of legume seeds in there. And I was using that on my back 40 to build the soil in there. What happens when you build soil, and then of course I did the wood chips on top after that. And the wood chips, I don't know if you remember, if anyone remembers, but when we did this back 40 bed, when I did the wood chips, we put another 2x4 around it. So so it became 2x4s high to hold all those chips in. And there were at least 8 inches of wood chips on that bed. And they came over the top of both of those. And I'm looking over there now, and the entire 2x4 has shrunk down. So just when was that, 2016 that I got my wood chips? So in 2.5, 3 years, it's gone down 4 inches. So that they break down, I'm sure I missed something. Oh, yes, I love buckwheat. What happens with buckwheat, you'll find, Luis, is the California brown towhee will eat every single seed. That happened to me. I put one time I put only buckwheat in that 40-foot back 40 raised bed, and I didn't have one plant come up, not one. And I got a picture of this California towhee with these, buckwheat seeds are these sort of these triangular cubes. I'm sure it's some sort of mathematical shape, but they're actually like that, something like that. And they put that in there between their beak and they crack that thing and the seed is inside. And I have a picture of one of the towhees with one of those things in there just about to go like that. They do, Kate, they do. Rutherford B. Hayes, good morning. Washington, D.C. right now. Jack, is it snowing where you are in Maryland? Jack Rudden is in Maryland, Rutherford. He's our young meteorologist, so I'm sure he's following the weather. San Antonio. Wow. I don't know if you just heard me say that, but I'm going to be spending some time in Texas because my son is moving there in a week. Texas is a very big state, though. And I know getting from one place to another takes sometimes days. Well, I hope that's fantastic. You guys connect. Gosh. Purple Butterflies Wilson. Good grief. We're getting all these Texas people today. That's fantastic. Salt Lake City, Mr. Lemon VT. I was in Salt Lake this summer and it was 90 degrees. No, I can't imagine that, Kate. So, Kate, I wish I could come and garden in your place, but I would only want to do it part of the year. That's the problem. You can't leave a garden. It's even when the most convenient garden is one in your front yard. I got to say, because you even go in your front yard more than you go in your backyard because you're always walking out to your car or you're walking out to get the mail or you're walking out to get the newspaper. If you still take a newspaper, many people don't even take a newspaper anymore. But I come from an era where we had a newspaper delivered, and which wasn't that era wasn't so long ago. Era. Oh, I don't know who you're talking to, Purple Butterflies. We'll have to meet up when Kay comes to Texas. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be so awesome. What are you serving for Christmas? I don't have Christmas plans. No, actually, I'm going to be in Texas for Christmas. Newsflash, going to be in Texas for Christmas. So, and for at least a week. So I would be, how far are you from Austin, Kate? I may have to think about that. Greetings from Ireland. Hey, Deirdre. Boy, you really do have an Irish name. Deirdre Collins, my goodness. Beautiful. I have to mention this. I just saw Brian Friel's play, Dancing at Lunasa. It was his masterpiece. Wonderful production. And it was just fantastic. And I encourage everybody to go see live theater. Oh, you're making me crazy. You're making me crazy, Beth. I have no food here and I cannot go to the store with this back. Jamela, I am so happy to hear from you because we saw images from, I think it was Tobago, where the ground was cracking and there's so much destruction. And And what is the current situation after the storm in Trinidad and Tobago? Grandma Sandy, what the heck? Where have you been? I am so glad you tuned in. I had to go back and look. I'm going, you sent me this thing. I posted it on Facebook. I could not figure out which Grandma Sandy you are on Facebook. There's several. And I'm going, how did I lose touch with you? That's not even possible. And I had to go back into my comments and search and putting you in the search window and find you and then leave you a comment. Crazy. I'm glad you tuned in. Now send me an email to my contact page so I don't lose touch with you, because you have to come and see my garden. Remember, you wanted to, and you've got 2 more weeks. I'm not kidding. You've got 2 weeks. So you got to get down here. Anybody that wants to visit my garden needs to get here in the next 2 weeks. Oh, that's fantastic. 70 miles is totally doable. Okay, so let's start planning a fantastic Christmas menu. I love other people's cooking. I love my cooking too, but I don't cook for myself anymore. Yes, I know. And Callie, it's interesting you should say that, because my own brother said that I should move to Asheville, North Carolina. Purple butterflies. What is your name, by the way? Your first name. I have heard that San Antonio, the Riverwalk, is beautiful in Christmas. Now, how far is San Antonio from Austin? If I start visiting all my Texas friends, I'll be gone for a month. But who cares, right? I can be gone for a month after I move and don't have a garden. Except no, I can't, because I have a senior cat. Well, that you got a point there, Greg. You got a point there. They're all owned by big corporations, and independent journalism, real news, just the facts, really hard to come by. Everything is slanted now. It's terrible. Istanbul. Fantastic. I think this is the first time you've tuned in. Kaye, did I say that right? Ooh. I'll never get the pronunciation correct on the last name, but Kaye, I'm thinking from first name. Let's see. Instacart can deliver your groceries if you need. Yeah. I started doing that. Well, Sandy, if you tuned in late, I hurt my back yesterday. So I gotta. You can come down and help me in the garden. I would appreciate it. I would love to, Mr. Lamon VT. Would you make that happen? I actually did film. I was at a convention, So I think Salt Lake is one of the biggest convention centers in the country. I guess that has to do with something or other. And so I was at a convention there in Salt Lake, and I did shoot a video. I haven't edited it yet. I was ordering stuff, Lisa, when that whole thing of Postmates came out. I thought, oh my gosh, I can just go online. I can look on all of these fabulous dishes and just order it, and it'll come to my door. But the deals on there are not necessarily what you want to eat, and the other ones are high priced to start with, and then the service charge, and then the tax, and then and then the tip, and it's just like it doubles the price of the food. And I said, I did it about 5 times. I said, that's it. I'm not doing it again. I hope you can too, Grandma Sandy. But send me an email so that I have your email. I can call you. Asheville. Well, Luis, you're not going. I'm not going to Asheville if you don't go. Why would anybody bake a potato twice? I never followed that. SA is 75 miles from Austin. Yeah, that's totally doable. Hello, Hits. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, you know, Orlando Green Girl, I'm from Tennessee. I spend a lot of time in Tennessee, and I'm actually thinking about buying a piece of property there where I can get Daryl's keeping his eyes open in Putnam County. But you can't really do anything until you know what your situation is. So, okay, Jamila's reporting in. The water has subsided in Tobago, and the people are recovering. Trinidad wasn't hit that badly. Everything has more or less gone back to normal. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Oh, oh my gosh. You're okay. Precisely what day are you serving that meal, Kate? Walker and Margot and I are coming down. That's a good point. I was going to bring him up, Christina, but I thought I wasn't sure how many people would even remember him. What are you saying, Purple Butterflies? Let's see, the home meal. Let's see. Are you talking to me, Purple Butterflies? Do I make my own compost? Yes, I have been for years. I stopped earlier this year feeding my worms. I have 2 worm towers. I'm going to make a worm tower video before I leave here. That's going to happen. I just have to pick up a new bucket so I can demonstrate making it. And that'll be in my short how-to videos playlist. Ooh, that sun is unflattering. Wow. There. Oh, gosh, should have been keeping track of that. What was I saying? Yes. And then I've had different compost bins over time, and I've also chopped and dropped, and I've done a lot of different things, you know. But making your own compost, I mean, it would be a waste not to. I'll have to check that out, Lisa. Hey from No. Remington, where's No? Hey from NO. I'm trying to think where No is. Byron and Kate, I think you should have a wedge salad cook-off. The thing is, how could we know which one is better? It would just be your word against hers. It jumped again. Indiana, USA. I think that's what that says. INDK. That is pretty much standard. Oh, it sounds fantastic. Kate, could you send me an email so we can, or have we already exchanged contact information? Because, you know, Christmas will be here right around the corner. East Tennessee, Robin, where? Hello from Brazil. Victoria Campos is checking in from Brazil. That's fantastic. Lisa, what are you talking about? Take care, Carolyn. Well, the you can keep a worm thing inside. The one I'm talking about, you can't keep that inside. But you absolutely can order those worm hotels, whatever you want to call them, in your inside. In fact, Mumbai Balcony Gardener, who I love, she does a big worm thing, and she keeps it in her kitchen or a breezeway in between her kitchen and her. Yeah, she keeps that inside. Oh, Tiffany, I don't know. I made a bunch of trips to Idaho in late 2017, looking at properties, and that didn't work out. And I would love to come up there. I'd love to visit Eric's place up in on San Juan Island. And I was hoping, I went up to Vancouver Web Fest 3 years in a row. Finally won the last time I went. And each time I flew over those islands, I thought, darn it, it was in March. It's not a good time to visit anyone's garden in March. So I don't know the answer to that. Hey, Harag. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If you're asking me, Greg, no, I don't. I wanted to. And I also wanted to grow. In fact, Eric at Double Dog sent me. Eric, what was the name of that? The strata. What was the name of that mushroom you sent? But I just put them in my wood chips to create, the mycelium action in my wood chips, not to grow edible mushrooms. I wanted to. I love mushrooms. Good morning, Harag. Oh, you have an icon photo. That's fantastic. Oh, I thought it said N.O. Remington. Now I'm going, wait. Wait, where? You're not from N.O. What is N.O.? Oh, okay. Oh, Black Mountain. Yes. Yes. Well, I will have to get a lot of advice if I decide to go to North Carolina. I don't think I would, it depends. My mother depends on how long my mother is able to keep going on. She had this great moment over Labor Day where she was really rallying, and we had a great visit, and then it's just been downhill since then. Very quick downhill. So, my family is between Nashville and Abingdon, Virginia. So, North Carolina, Nashville, and Abingdon, and then North Carolina would be way over here. So, I don't know. Let's go back. Sun is chasing me. I don't know what I'll do. Copper Hill, Tennessee. Where is that? Is that where you are, Robin? India. Oh, what did I say? Indiana hits? I'm sorry. Of course you're in India. Lori, fantastic. You almost missed it. Yes, I do have to get off. Actually, it's 9:00. Ooh, that sounds awfully cold. What kind of processing you're going to do? Why don't you share that real quick? Tiffany Jones, where'd you go? You're talking to someone else, I think. Hey, Luis. Thank you, Purple Butterflies. Okay, I will. You know where I would love to go again, everybody, is Roan Mountain. Where is Roan? It's got to be in North Carolina. I think it's called Roan. It has some monster crows over there. My God, they're huge. Uh, Roan Mountain is bald on top. Does anybody know Roan Mountain? Well, thank you, Lisa. What we have to do? Hey, everybody, listen. Lisa just had a thought. The only way that messages get through is if a lot of people do it, right? So if everybody would just ask Lisa, however, I don't know how you messaged HGTV. Um, and maybe I don't even know, maybe HGTV is on Instagram. Maybe there's just an HGTV on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram, and you could just start hitting them up, and then you tag me, you tag Late Bloomer Show, and you can also tag Kaye Cottrell. I'm on both Instagram, and do it on Twitter if you can, and just keep saying, just keep doing it, like every day, or I mean, obviously people have lives, but if you have time, and and you're on social media, I know some people aren't. Uh, just keep doing it, because the more they go, wait, well, who is this person? They start seeing it over and over and over. One time you message one time, and you're probably not going to get a response unless you know someone. Now, my understanding was, somebody told me that they don't even do gardening content anymore, that they're just doing the home part, like the flip your house and this thing and that thing. Um, So I don't know, all those shows like that, where the makeover shows and things like that. Uh, but I mean, that would just be incredible if that happened. And I talked to a few people earlier, a few months ago, and just nothing materialized with any of those. So I just have to work harder to make that happen. Oh, that's fantastic. Um, you guys, if you haven't watched the Tasty Vegan Egyptian Stew video, please do. You may not like green stew, but it was delicious. And obviously, not everybody can find the molokhia, which is the way Jack pronounced it, which is the Egyptian spinach. I grew it for 2 or 3 years, and it attracted the biggest praying mantises. They just completely blended into the shape of that plant, and it's very nutritious. And you can, if you go to an international store, you can get the frozen molokhia, and it's so easy. That stew came together in just mere minutes, and it was delicious. And of course, Jack is a chef, so she knows exactly how long to cook onions and garlic, and oh, the flavors just exploded in my mouth. It was delicious. So please watch that video. Uh, yes, it is. And they're different, Byron. If you have one inside, you obviously have to contain everything. And then you have to have a way to let out the liquid. Obviously, when it's a 5-gallon bucket buried in the ground, or PVC pipe, it's a whole different story, because they're traveling in and out, and eating and going out and leaving their castings in your garden beds. So it's a whole different thing. If you have one in your house, then you have to take the liquid and use it, and then you have to um, harvest the castings and then use it. But if you do have your own garden space, it's great to have those, and I'll be doing that video hopefully this week. What happened to the fig tart lady? Are you talking about, let's see, my friend Glenda, who came down and she made the fig tart? We used, what else? We put two things in that. It was figs and I think it was pineapple guava, right? She's doing fine. She's in Northern California. I talked to her recently and I was using her CBD on my back last night. Let's see. Hey, Kathy, where are you writing from? Kathy Easley. Oh, okay. So, Tiffany, you were talking to me, and what did you ask me? Because now I've forgotten. Daddy near Mount Mitchell. Are you talking about Rome Mountain, Remington? Near Mount Mitchell? Oh, shoot. It jumped again. Daryl was just saying that they're probably ravens, and I think you're right. Is it in? Oh, it is in Tennessee. Okay. Okay. But it's close. It must be close to the border, I would think. I haven't been there in a long time, but we did go there a couple times. Hey, Eamon, where are you writing from? And I totally agree. Homesteading with Sadie. That's what somebody told me. They don't have gardening on there anymore. Yeah, no kidding. You know, the people that like watching makeover shows, you know, you can't really, of course, you could make over a garden, but the beauty of a garden is just seeing it, how it develops over time and not just like cut to, cut to, cut to, cut to. Um, well, I'm putting Lisa in charge of that. Um, is today some sort of vegan day, or are you just proclaiming that, Eamon? I hope you watched my tasty vegan Egyptian stew video. Molokhia? It's Molohkia. Molohkia. Yeah, Molokhia. It's actually not spinach. It's just called spinach because spinach is a leafy green. It's not in the spinach family. And that's why I took it out of the title, even though we call that Egyptian spinach. I took it out of the title because some people were correcting me saying, it's not spinach. And I go, I know it's not spinach. We just call it that. But we also call red Malabar spinach, and it's not spinach either. It's more of a succulent, but very nutritious. Yeah, Christina, you don't have to wait till the fall. I mean, I would love some of that right now. I'm freezing. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, somebody said I must go and it jumped. Okay, Kate's got to go. Oh, you're doing a live stream at 1 p.m. Central. Hey, everybody, what are you doing it on before you go? Or maybe you're already gone. Check out Inside Kate's Kitchen live stream at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. If she's a great cook, so maybe she's doing something about cooking today. Mm. Byron, are you talking about my video? Well, Harag, if you're having extended rain, if you're just having a little shower, no big deal. But if you're having some sort of extended rain, like monsoon or something, I forget where you are. Remind me where you are. You might want to bring them inside where the temperature is uh, stays about the same, and they're going to have a much better chance. But what you need inside is but you might not be able to. If it's on a branch, you can bring it inside. If it's on your fence, obviously you can't. Don't touch it. Um, but you could create a little umbrella like thing over them if you cannot move them inside, and that would keep them from just being continuously soaked for days, depending on how long this rain's going to be. But I would try to do that if I could. I mean, if they're all on one bush, for example, just put an umbrella over it and secure it. What do you have, Tiffany? I'd love to come to Seattle, but traveling traveling anywhere in future will depend on if I have someone funding my travel. So I did all that myself for years, but I can't do it anymore. So I have to either combine it with trips to see my family, where I'm going to see my family, or people have to sponsor that. So that's why we need a show, so I can go all over and see a lot of gardens, and I would love to. Ooh, no kidding. Well, oh, he's talking to Kate. Oh, Kate's still there. Let's see. There are some on DIY Network. You mean garden shows, Remington? Yes, I think Eamon, she was Kate was talking to you, and I didn't know that that was a problem, but maybe it is. Um, be careful how many icons you post or emoticons that you post. See you, Cheryl. Take care of yourself. Yes, I would love to see that too, Beth. I would love to be rescuing a garden. What is hits? What are you saying? Mulakata in Telugu? Oh, that's right. You're in Pasadena. I've been inside. Just came out of the chrysalis. Yeah, well, don't forget, Harag, that they live through the winter in Santa Cruz, which is colder than here. They hang in the trees, and when it's raining, I mean, I was in Pacific Grove, which is another one of their wintering places. By the way, have you watched my monarch migration video? You really have to if you haven't seen that. I have a monarch playlist. You can find it from my homepage. And we took the trip up and stopped in all the places, and they go is stop back by.
Okay.
Do you have a dog?
Oh yeah, we've had the dog for a while. I'll stop by later.
Okay, I'll be here.
Okay.
Never seen him walking his dog before. Anyway, they hang in the rain, just like this, and then when the sun comes out and it's above 55 degrees, then they start flying. But they sort of protect themselves all hanging together, just like in sheets from the trees. So it's possible that they will be okay because we're not even into October yet. I'm surprised it came out of the chrysalis at 9 o'clock in the morning, though, because they usually don't come out that early. but they will never fly before like noon. If it just came out, it's going to be 2 hours. You probably know that it's going to be 2 hours before the Monarch will fly anywhere. And what I did on my other Monarch video when I had the double berth in here is I moved them outside. I moved the mesh container outside and I cut a hole in it so it could come out. And I think they'll be okay because we're going to still have some warm weather. I mean, it's warm enough right now at 60 degrees for them to fly. Oh, thank you, Bev. Have you had any comments? That was about 50 wild parrots. Just went over my head. Oh, thank you, Callie. Everybody, if you haven't ordered a Late Bloomer t-shirt, please do. I had this great campaign. The first campaign was great. 50 people ordered t-shirts. And in the second campaign, I had about 5. And then in the third campaign, I've had 1. So if you haven't gotten a t-shirt, please get it, wear it, and talk about my channel. I really appreciate it. Let's see. By chance, do you grow Molokai in a clay pot? But I think you could. I grew the Molokai Kaye in the ground, but I don't see why you couldn't grow it in a pot. Absolutely, because the plant gets it doesn't get any bigger than the Sweet Annie, and you can grow Sweet Annie in a pot. It'll get to be about like that. And you could probably like clip it. You're going to be clipping it anyway if you're eating the leaves. When you say turning black, Harag, you mean solid black or black and orange? Because they start turning the night before, and then by the morning, they're completely turned black and orange. I mean, you can see the wings through the clear chrysalis. No, don't release them later this week. No, you need to get them out in the sun today, so they can be on their way. You wouldn't want to keep them inside your netting for any longer than they need for their wings to dry. If their wings are not dried by 3 o'clock, they're not going to fly away from your place today. If their wings are dry by noon and it's over 55 degrees, they're going to fly away. They might hang around in your yard for the rest of the day, but they'll be gone because they have a job to do. They've got to get busy doing that job. And because it's fall, you want them to get doing that job as soon as they can, which is mate, lay eggs, reproduce. So. Oh, I didn't realize you were in Dublin. That's fantastic. Thank you. Yes, they are. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, good. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Make sure you hit the like button and wish me luck this week. This is the big week where I find out what's going on. And hopefully the chiropractor can put my back in alignment, and I'll be able to handle this move. That's going to be a lot. So thanks so much thank you, Lisa. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Last night I was thinking that there would be no way I could sit in this chair for an hour, but just hearing from everybody, and it's just energizes me. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a great week. And don't forget to go to bonfire.com/late-bloomer. bonfire.com/late-bloomer. And order a t-shirt in this campaign. So thanks so much. And thanks for tuning in, especially from other countries. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you'll see me next week. Bless you.